Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and Apple is about to release another update for iOS 26.4. iOS 26.4.2 will come out really soon to the public. Now, this is a smaller update that of course won't go into beta stages because we're currently on iOS 26.5 betas and beta 3 has just been released yesterday, but this will be released straight to the public very soon. And in this video we're talking about this update. Let's talk about when to expect it and why you should actually update to the new iOS 26.4.2. Now, first of all, here we have a report from 9to5Mac talking about this new update that actually has been spotted on the web, of course being tested internally by Apple. These updates again don't go into betas, they are just tested internally and then released directly to the public. Now, this is a smaller update, of course, then you don't expect to see any big new features or changes with these updates. Of course, no features at all, but it is still very important as it brings a ton of security improvements and bug fixes. And the fact that Apple is releasing this update after releasing iOS 26.4.1 just a few days ago, it is actually really interesting and makes this even more important as they probably have something to fix in the background. But before we talk all about that, let's take a look at when can we expect this update to be released. Again, these updates don't go into betas, they get just released straight to the public, and most likely it happens during the first part of the week. So it might even happen as soon as today or tomorrow or even Thursday. Apple usually doesn't release an update on Friday, so if it doesn't happen this week, then the beginning of the next week might be the time when Apple releases iOS 26.4.2 to the public. So keep an eye on Monday or Tuesday right here, the April 27th or 28th, for the new iOS 26.4.2 update. And why is this important and why you must update? Of course, there are security fixes that Apple will just release with these updates that are smaller updates, and in between bigger updates we usually get one. This time we're getting two, a 0.2 update, which makes it way more important because Apple knows that there is something urgent that they actually need to address and fix with this update. Now, as I said earlier, we're currently on the third beta of iOS 26.5, and we're expecting to see 4 betas right here with iOS 26.5, another beta coming right here on the week of the 27th, then the RC right here on May the 4th, and most likely 11th or the 12th of May should be the dates when Apple releases iOS 26.5 to the public. So the reason Apple is not waiting for that for another 3 weeks to release these fixes to the public means that these are actually very important. That's why I suggest you go ahead and update as soon as this update is out to the public, because it should fix a very important security issues with your device. Now, what you can do is of course head on to the general settings, and right here on the software update, all you have to do is just go into automatic updates and make sure you have them enabled, and this update will be installed automatically on your device. Another thing I would suggest you actually do is head on under security and privacy right here, and then scroll down here until you see background security improvements, and make sure that you have this enabled as well. As you probably know, earlier, like a few weeks ago, Apple has released the first background security improvement for iOS, and it might even happen during this time until iOS 26.5 gets released to the public. So you want to make sure you have these updates that are not actually iOS updates. They will just like fix things in the background and of course are really important. So that's basically it for this video, guys. iOS 26.4.2 coming really soon, most likely within a week we will have this update released, so you make sure you go ahead and update your device. That is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.